I was on a call yesterday with a gentleman who asked me a very interesting question. He was thinking about getting into doing a van build and was currently looking at vans to purchase. And he asked me, is now a good time to get into vanning? And I thought about that for a minute and then proceeded to talk with him about kind of the state of the industry, where it's come from, where it's at right now, and whether or not this is a good time to get into building out a van, spending time in a van, etc. So I would say that right now, it's early 2025. This is actually a really fantastic time to get into the van life. A lot of things have changed over the past few years, and the industry certainly went through like a huge crack-up boom during COVID, when everybody just absolutely had to have a van and had the dream of working remotely and having their own kind of sanitized space that they could live out of. But there was some issues with the industry at that point. I would say number one is that it was still such a new industry, the idea that you would build out your own custom van, that it was just immature. So there were new vendors, new builders, new products coming out, but it was really hard to get products due to the supply chain issues. Not a lot of the products fit together because they were all still so new to the market. And also everything was really expensive if you could get it. So that was a really hard time to actually go about building a van. And similarly, at the same time, all builders that I was aware of had 1 to 2 year lead times on actually getting into their shop. So while it may seem like it's a really great thing to have an industry that's absolutely booming, the reality is nobody was happy at that time. It was tough to get vans. If you could get one, you were paying a markup. Very hard to get products, very hard to get into a shop if you needed a builder's assistance. So although everyone was very excited to get their projects started, most people were very unhappy during the process. Builders were overwhelmed, projects were not getting done. Materials were very hard to get, if not impossible. The manufacturers being new to the market, they didn't have their supply chain logistics completely figured out yet. It was basically just a mess. Although we all got through it, and some good things definitely came out of that time. Actually, now is a much better time to get into this life. Some of the builders and manufacturers that were making things over the past few years are no longer around. Just due to a pullback in the industry, not everyone made it through. But those that are still out there making products, and the builders that are building vans, are of a higher quality with more experience now. So whether you're looking to buy a product and have it install it yourself or have a professional install it, you're going to pay a lot less to do it. Also, all the products are better. We have better power systems that give you more functionality at a lower cost. We have more cabinet options. The exterior accessory option market has just blown up. So you have a lot of choices, and they're often very well designed products from what are now more experienced and reputable manufacturers. So overall, the cost and the time frames to build out a van have come way down. Even the cost of a new van, where a couple, maybe 3 or 4 years ago, you would pay $5,000, $10,000, or $15,000 over MSRP to get your hands on a van. Now you can pay $5,000 or $10,000 under MSRP for what is objectively a much better van, because it's 3 or 4 years further into the development of that vehicle. So I answered the question, as honestly as I could, and I think that it is a really good time if you are thinking about buying a van, if you are dreaming about a new lifestyle or being able to work remote, travel, do all those things. There's not as much hype around it right now, but there is a much better and more established industry around it, which is really what you want when you're out there buying products and getting labor for your installations. You want a more mature industry that has more options and does it faster at a lower cost. So from that angle, I would say yes, and that's what I told him. Yes, now is a great time to get into this.